Thanks for having me on your little channel for your group.
Thank you. So hi everybody. So this is John, and he runs the nonprofit here in Turkey that's just doing awesome work. It's called, in English?
Anything for a smile in English.
Yeah. Why don't you just tell us about it a little bit, like how you started, why did you start it, what are the main projects?
We were doing charity work in Turkey. We're teaching English, but also at the same time doing charity work. And we got very involved with the Istanbul earthquake, bringing aid back in 1999. There was twin earthquakes.
Wow.
Then the programs grew and grew once we got into the circle of social work in Turkey. And in 2006, a government figure, assistant governor, said, please open up an association. It's better for your protection in that, to have a legalized association to do this in Turkey. So that we did in 2006. Then we started doing European Union programs. We opened up a deaf center as a bit of a neglected community, somewhat in Turkey. But things are changing for the better. And with the Syrian civil war that broke out in 2012, we started doing monthly projects, bringing clothes and food. But as the war grew and grew, as time went on, it became a full-time job. In 2016, I started working full-time for refugees, and it's been ever since. My life has become refugees now for over 4.5 years, non-stop. And the work has grown where we have 3 medical homes. When I say a medical home, it's a place where refugees, well, let's explain, let's go back a little bit. Syrian children from the province of Idlib and Aleppo provinces, the vast majority of the hospitals and clinics, medical clinics, were bombed there. In a 6-month period from end of 2019, early 2020, 80-some medical facilities were bombed. So there's really not much for Syrian children in that part of northwestern Syria to receive medical treatment. So where I live in southern Turkey, the big, large hospital, massive hospital, it provides free treatment for Syrian children. But they can't come with their family, they come with one caretaker. And these people end up living in the worst places because they get a little bit of funding, but not much. We've met people sleeping out in the park sometimes, trying to save money.
Not enough to cover housing.
They have to live together, and often 3 or 4 women would get together with their children in an old, moldy house, freezing cold in the winter and that. So we've opened up these houses for a women's home, men's home, and for another one now, 3rd home for children who need intensive care after, they're on the border of death. So we try to give them a good place where hopefully they can recover. So we have 3 of these homes now, and besides that we have a regular monthly food aid for 75 families, scholarships for nearly 20 girls now. The idea of scholarships for girls is so the parents won't be the parents, usually it's the widow. So many of the fathers have passed away. I think close to 30% of the women here are widows. Their husbands have died in the war. So we have scholarships so these girls can continue studying, so the mother's not tempted to marry them off at a young age in order to get some dowry, you say, or some finances for them from the daughter's husband. And that's what we're doing. And
wonderful. Yeah, it's beautiful work. I mean, when you come here and visit, it's just really grassroots work. That's really the majority of the money is going to the people who need it most, and I have witnessed that firsthand, and it's a privilege. There's so much need. Yeah. So can you just tell us before we end this, just briefly, what is it like in Syria right now?
Okay, well, I think some parts where the regime is, where the Assad government is, some things are slowly coming back to normal, but they say pretty much everything that happens in that part of Syria is controlled by Russian and Iranian influence. That about 25 or 30% of the country is controlled by the Kurdish breakaway republic, which the government does not recognize. Eastern part, you have America there, Russia there, that's where all the oil is. So they have different bases. I'm not sure how many American bases are there. And where we're located is on the Idlib border. And Idlib is the last province controlled by the rebels. It used to be a place of 1 million people, now it has 3 or 4 million people. And life is pretty bad. I'd say more than 1 million people live in tents. Winter of 2020, at least 10 children died because of the cold. Last year was a lot better. So we send regular aid there as well, blankets, mattresses, winter supplies, wood and that. But it's pretty bad in northwestern Syria still. And that can because COVID too. There's no economy, so it's difficult to say the least.
The infrastructure is pretty much destroyed.
Well, Idlib city operates. They have it, but outside of Idlib city, in the towns and villages, it's pretty much destroyed. You know.
Yeah, so hard.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much, John, for your work.
You're most welcome.
And and everybody, if I'll be talking to you more about this, but if you want to contribute in some way, we're going to give you an opportunity. Okay, love you all.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.